You know that moment when you open your banking app and instead of instantly closing it like you've seen something terrifying, you pause for a second. Not because you just got paid, not because you're suddenly rich, but because for the first time in your adult life, you're not scared of what you're about to see. You're not doing mental math about whether buying a coffee today means skipping groceries later. You're not hoping nothing breaks this month. There's a strange calm that settles in. And most people assume that feeling only comes when you make six figures, or when you finally become a millionaire. But that's not true. There's a much smaller, quieter number that completely changes how money feels in your life. Once you cross it, everything shifts. Not gradually, not someday. Immediately. That number is $25,000, and if you stay with me until the end of this video, you'll understand why this single milestone matters more than your salary, your job title, or the lifestyle you think you want. My name is Professor Stick, and on this channel, we don't chase flashy wealth or viral hype. We break down how money actually works in the real world, especially inside your head. We talk about financial psychology, quiet leverage, and why some people slowly but inevitably build freedom while others stay stuck repeating the same stressful patterns for decades. If you want to understand money at a deeper level, instead of hoping things magically improve, hit subscribe right now and leave a comment saying 25K so I know you're serious about changing your financial future. Now let's talk about why $25,000 is the real turning point most people never reach. When people imagine wealth, they usually think in extremes. Millionaires, mansions, passive income pouring in while someone sips coffee on a beach. Or they imagine the opposite extreme, someone grinding forever, saving tiny amounts, barely making progress. What most people don't realize is that wealth doesn't show up all at once. It shows up in phases. There are invisible financial thresholds, and when you cross them, the rules change. Before those thresholds, life feels heavy. After them, life feels lighter. $25,000 is the first threshold where money stops feeling like a constant threat and starts feeling like a tool. Most people never reach it, not because they're lazy, but because they don't realize how powerful this stage actually is. They give up too early. Think about pushing a massive boulder uphill. At first, it barely moves. You're sweating, exhausted, questioning whether it's even possible. Every inch feels pointless. That's what saving money feels like when you're starting from zero. Every dollar saved feels insignificant. Every unexpected expense feels devastating. Progress feels invisible. But if you keep pushing, something changes. Eventually, you reach the top. And once you do, the boulder doesn't need you anymore. Gravity takes over. That moment, where effort turns into momentum, is $25,000. Before it, money resists you. After it, money starts cooperating. Here's the part most people miss. The biggest change at $25,000 is not mathematical. It's psychological. When you don't have savings, your brain operates in survival mode. Every decision is filtered through fear. What if something goes wrong? What if I lose my job? What if I can't pay this bill? In survival mode, you accept bad jobs. You tolerate toxic environments. You avoid risk. You think short-term? Your brain isn't broken. It's doing its job, keeping you alive. But survival mode destroys wealth building. You can't plan a future when you're constantly putting out fires. At around $25,000, which for most people equals 3 to 6 months of living expenses, plus some investments, your brain finally relaxes. Not because you're rich, but because you're safe. And safety unlocks clarity. You stop asking, how do I survive, and start asking, how do I grow? That single shift changes everything. You move from reacting to life to designing it. Let's talk about the math, but keep it simple. Saving your first $25,000 might take you 18 months, maybe 24, maybe longer. It feels slow and unfair, but your second $25,000 doesn't take as long. Why? Because now your money is working with you. At an 8% return, $25,000 generates around $2,000 a year without you lifting a finger. That's money showing up while you sleep. Every milestone after this gets easier. This is why people say money starts multiplying. They're not exaggerating. They've crossed the threshold. But the most important thing $25,000 gives you isn't returns. It's identity. Saving that amount proves something powerful to yourself. You prove that you can delay gratification, that you can stay disciplined, that you can control money instead of letting it control you, that identity sticks. From that point on, you trust yourself financially. You stop self-sabotaging. You stop impulsive decisions. You don't just have money. You've become someone who can keep it. Another shift happens that most people don't talk about. Before 25,000, every unexpected expense feels like a disaster. A car repair ruins your month, a rent increase feels terrifying, a job problem feels catastrophic. After 25,000, these same events become inconveniences. Annoying, yes. Life-ending, no. And once threats lose their power, opportunities appear. Investing in skills, changing careers, starting something small, taking calculated risks. Money doesn't magically appear, options do. And options are the real currency of freedom. This is what people mean when they say money goes to money. It's not a conspiracy, it's not luck. It's leverage. Having money gives you choices. Choices create opportunity. Opportunity creates more money. It's a loop most people never enter because they never get past the starting line. $25,000 also changes your relationship with work. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're trapped. Your boss could be terrible. The environment, toxic. The work, meaningless. But you can't leave. You need that next paycheck. That puts you in a weak position. You don't negotiate. You don't push back. You don't explore better options. But with 25,000 saved, you have what I call walking away money. You don't need to quit. Just knowing you could changes everything. Your posture changes, your confidence changes. People feel it. You ask for raises, you set boundaries, you take smarter risks. Often, you never even use the safety net. Just having it transforms how you show up. Here's where most people mess up. They hit 25,000, feel powerful, and immediately destroy it. New car, big vacation, lifestyle upgrade. Don't do this. 25,000 isn't a reward, it's a foundation. Blowing it resets the game. The real flex isn't spending it, the real flex is keeping it. Cars are the biggest trap here. The average person spends more on cars over their lifetime than it would take to reach financial independence. Monthly payments, insurance, maintenance, depreciation, quietly draining hundreds every month. Meanwhile, the person driving the old Honda is quietly buying freedom. Flashy looks rich. Quiet becomes wealthy. Once you hit this level, your thinking changes. You stop obsessing over small expenses and start focusing on big decisions, housing, income, investments, the things that actually move your net worth. Mental bandwidth is freed. Strategy replaces stress. You stop reacting and start planning. And here's the surprising part. When you start thinking this way, you realize you don't actually want most of the things you thought you wanted. Bigger apartments, fancier stuff, expensive upgrades. They come with hidden costs. Delayed freedom, lost time, reduced options. When you understand opportunity cost, sacrifices stop feeling painful. They start feeling strategic. $25,000 won't make you rich overnight, but it will change how you think, how you act, how you choose. It's the line between surviving and thriving, between reacting to life and designing it. Your future self is watching the decision you make today, and they're counting on you to push the boulder just a little further. If this video helped you see money differently, hit like, subscribe to Professor Stick, and comment 25K rule below. This channel is about building quiet power, not loud success. I'll see you in the next one.